Open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Open Book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Friday. Make sure you hit that like button. Let everyone know that we are live, okay, on this Friday morning. Also, this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. So y'all, we have a few things to go through this morning. Let me pull up. Let me know if my sound is good. I'm gonna pull up my other device so I can see y'all comments faster. Okay. Give me 1 second. I meant to have this already ready. Okay, there we go. Let me know if I need to adjust or speak louder. Let me know. All right, let's see who we have here. Hey, my sis Latte is in the building. Welcome, sis, and thank you for being first in the building. If you would like to support the Open Book channel, she has put various ways into the chat. Okay. Good morning, Irma. Welcome. Thank you for tapping in this morning. Okay, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Hey, HGY, welcome, sis. She said, now why y'all didn't tell me about the Donnell Jones and Joe versus battle last night? Child, I didn't even know. Okay. I think when I got off, because we had so many lives, it was so much going on. They picked the wrong time for verses. Okay. We got real life got real life cases going on, and y'all want to get up here and sing. Child, stop. Okay, y'all need to do that when we ain't got all this going on. Hey, Mississippi Coffee Lover is in the building. Welcome. Hey, Clarinetta, good morning. Giving subpoenas like Oprah gives gifts. You get a subpoena. You get a subpoena. Okay. Hey, Miss Jamila, good morning. Thank you for joining. Life Esna Keisha is in the building. Hey, sis. Hey, Karen B, welcome. Linda is in the building. Welcome. Hey, Queen Lashandra, welcome. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, Antonio, good morning. But me is in the building. Miss Sugar Sweet, welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Hey, Janet, good morning, sis. Let's see. Okay. I can always tell y'all if my comments start freezing, it seems like I don't have any sound. Okay. Hey, Cherry, welcome. I think, am I back? Can y'all hear me now? Let's see. And I was saying thanks to Miss Fuffer Fuff for the jewels and for her being a sponsor. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Phenomenal Scorpio, welcome. Good morning. Okay, thank y'all. Yeah, anytime my comments get stuck where I can't click on them, y'all, I'm like, oh boy, are we freezing? And so I'm glad that y'all know by now to just hang in there. Let's see. Inspiration said, did anyone else hear or watch Nancy Grace? She said on her live that Nolan had no Coca-Cola in his system. And I'm wondering how she knew that. Uh-oh. Well, probably the same way that Como has heard some things, okay? Probably the same way. Hey, Angel, the same way she got that leaked picture of Nolan on the beach. Uh-huh. Yeah, they getting some stuff over there, okay? But hey, I'm glad that she's confirming some stuff we already know. Shout out to Danita for the jewels. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a sponsor. Also, shout out to Linda for the jewels as well. Lashandra, am I back? Lashandra just said no sound. Now, she behind in the chat. Let me just make sure. Can y'all hear me? Okay, let's see, let's see, let's see. Chandra said no sound. Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay, you can hear it. Okay. All righty. I'm just making sure. Let's see here. The Cajun Navy big guy made Tatum look stupid. In his interview. Okay. Yes, some of y'all, if you go out and come back in. Now, earlier it did freeze, and I had to go out and come back in. It's this StreamYard, y'all. So my apologies. Because like when I do Restream, it wasn't doing all that the other day. So, but I like StreamYard because it has some things on here that I like over Restream. So I try to tough it out, but they get on my nerves. Okay. Hey, El, welcome. All right, y'all. So, we are going to get right into it. Now, I don't know if y'all have heard the latest. I know I kind of talked about it with Horn Island, although it is, hey TB, welcome sis. Although it is federally owned, there are some parcels that are privately owned. Okay. And so, shout out to Plunder Studios on Facebook. I was going through because I was looking at one of her posts about the subpoenas, and she had posted um, some information about Horn Island, those privately owned parcels going up for sale. Now, I don't know if y'all have heard about this. Holla me. I think you're in the wrong chat, but thank you. Welcome. Hey, Wall. Hey, Hanada. Welcome everyone coming on in. Okay, so this was a post that she shared. Now, y'all, this part of Horn Island has been for sale since last year. Okay, since last year. So this is not this year, May, but May of 2025, May 2nd. This realtor, Janelle Doug Rand, okay, said that Horn Island is now listed for $25 million. Okay, you can own 16 parcels. Rare investment opportunity. Okay, it's exclusive private island property composed of 16 individual parcels spanning from the North Shore to the South Shore. This property is ideal for investors, developers, or visionaries looking to create a luxury retreat, eco resort, or secure a legacy asset. Okay. Pristine natural surroundings and incredible potential. This is truly a one of a kind opportunity. Okay. More details coming soon, y'all. So for just $25 million, y'all can own part of Horn Island. Okay. Now it says also, let's see here, the acres are exclusive island property in the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America near Biloxi, Mississippi. Inspired legendary artists and musicians, including Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, child, I guess, well, because of the drawings. I don't think they lived there. Renowned painter Walter Anderson created sketches and watercolor paintings. What they got to do with the sale of this island? Okay, maybe you could just buy a painting and put it inside of your house. Okay, that has nothing to do with buying $25 million for an island, part of an island. Features white sandy beaches, sand dunes, historical significance, highly desirable, culturally rich. Okay. Now I want y'all to peep the play on this, because if you have something up for sale, you definitely don't want it to be a homicide there. Okay, because that's going to probably eliminate some potential buyers. Like what? So you don't want it stated that there was a homicide there. Now maybe an accidental drowning, okay, because it's a lot of water, okay, and it was like a little accident, okay. But y'all, they don't want anything. Oh, you're following me. You don't want anything to come out that there was some type of foul play at this island, because they possibly will not be able to sell it, okay? Because hey, it already doesn't have any running water. Okay, no restrooms, things like that. See, they gotta build all of that, and then you about to go. Hopefully, it's not on the floodplain, like this whole Ocean Islands RV resort is being built on a whole floodplain. The people there don't even want it there. Okay, but they don't have a choice. Y'all, it's a hot mess. It's a lot going on in Ocean Springs, and I love Nolan's parents. Yes, we're going to tap into that, Irma. Yes. Let's see here. I saw a post in another channel reported that his dad seeing Simpson Jr. came into town, went trout fishing with Brooks and caught a fish. Oh yeah, he did make a post. Yeah, I showed that here. Hey Becca, good morning. Tabany, welcome. Let's see here. I'm trying to see what y'all saying. Irma says a damn death trap. Hey, Georgia Peach, welcome. Let's see here. Thank everyone for coming on in. Okay. Hey, Stephen, you buy the island, you dumb. The government. Yes, Stephen, we talked about that one day. Yes, y'all, the government used to test chemicals there as well. That's why when all of these people we were seeing on Horn Island in that water during 4th of July, for one, I would not dare get into the water. I don't care if it was years ago. You don't know what's still lurking in that water. It's filthy. You know people using the restroom in the water because they don't have any bathrooms out there. I don't even think they have a porta potty. Okay. And some of the boats, I mean, unless they got a little secret little restroom on those boats, child, that is crazy. Well, Latte, not the whole island, but the parts that are privately owned. They do have some parcels that are privately owned, so those are the ones that are, up for sale. Mm-hmm. Irma said they probably put theirs up for sale because they knew what they were going to do, allegedly. Uh-oh, you think that this was something that was kind of possibly planned last year, okay? Because this went up on sale last year. Now, there's one guy that owns a couple of parcels there that he likes to buy up properties that are under tax sales, I noticed. And so he's developing a lot of land there as well in Ocean Springs and in that part of Mississippi. So I guess he's selling his portion as also, because for 16 parcels, that means he's trying to sell his too. Okay, what is it that they know? Do y'all think that they are going to continue with this sale? Will anyone purchase this, knowing that something could have potentially happened to Nolan Wells there at Horn Island? Okay, we heard about how the that northwest side right there, anyways, is a very dangerous part of the island. Okay, now it spans 10 miles. That whole island spans like 10 miles. And so the part that is for sale is kind of in the middle part of the island that can go from like the north to the south shores, because it's not, it's more like hot dog style than hamburger. Y'all remember in school where you have to fold the paper, hot dog, hamburger? It's more wider than stretches across, if that makes sense. Let's see here. That's nasty water. You would end up going to the doctor. Okay, after getting in that nasty water, right? His family owns Central West North South Strip. Uh-oh. Really? Phenomenal Scorpio. Wow. That's interesting. The lady who showed all the cameras said B's family has some ownership of Horn Island. Y'all, that there would be crazy. Okay. That would be definitely crazy. Let's see, getting answers. Just do feel she is. Oh, okay. Hi, welcome, Javi. Okay, we're gonna keep it focused. All right, so I wanted to share that part with you all first. That the island parcels, the privately owned parcels, are up for sale for $25 million. Now, let's also get into this Ocean Springs Island RV resort. Okay, I'm gonna share a short video with y'all. Now, this thing here, it took 2 years, okay, for them to get approval from the Supreme Court to even build it. See, when you have money at risk in sales, tourism, y'all, all of this plays a part in the whole narrative and the play of this thing. Okay, this is why I wanted to share this with you all, because we got to look at the big picture too. Okay, they do not want any negative press there because of the things to come, a potential huge sale of privately owned Horn Island, also this new Ocean Springs Island RV resort. That is potential dollars that will be pumped into that part of Mississippi. So we got to keep away anything that could look like a homicide there. Okay, this could be a potential reason why it's so quiet. They want everyone to get quiet about this and not to bring out any negative attention. It all matters. Okay, it all matters. Hey, Brenda, welcome. She said, I'm going to visit that town one day. Oh, be careful. Okay. Be careful. Uh, yes, Irma, I did. I don't know if they are cousins though. I forgot which one she was allegedly related to. I think it may have been cousins. But the picture, if it's the picture I saw, there was another Ava. That's not the same girl. Okay, but I did see that. I'm gonna have to continue to look. I saw that about a few weeks ago because I think I brought it up with y'all when we were going through the pool party, and I had showed a picture, unless it was the members, I had showed a picture of her and said that she's friends with certain people. They're losing money if this case gets tied to the island. Exactly right. Okay, so that's something to think about.
The developer of an RV resort in the Gulf Park Estates area of Jackson County is ready to get to work now that a state Supreme Court ruling cleared the way for the project. Tonight, Austin Johnson caught up with the developer and some residents who say it's a victory for their community.
This nearly 400-acre former golf course will become what's promised to be the biggest RV resort in the state. After a 2-year legal battle, the Mississippi Supreme Court ruled the county zoning decision for the developer was legal.
A long and unnecessary legal battle, but we prevailed. We're so thankful for the forward-thinking leadership of Jackson County.
Adam Dial is one of the resort developers and says Ocean Springs Islands RV Resort should open between late 2026 and early 2027.
We're really looking forward to bringing this great destination development to both the citizens of Jackson County and visitors to the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
The resort will have 476 RV sites, 20 resort-owned Airstreams, and 16 tree houses, along with amenities such as a pool, lazy river, dog parks, and pickleball and volleyball. Gulf Park Estates resident Lois Keefe has been following the development since it was first announced.
I am excited about it, and it's been a long journey to be excited about.
But others in the area are worried about the extra traffic on the main drag in and out of Gulf Park Estates.
Definitely have some concerns with it, but I'm open to it also, depending on how the management runs it, I guess.
There'll be some growing pains as with anything, like with the road work we're experiencing right now. It's going to be worth it in the end.
Some of the neighbors' traffic concerns may be alleviated with this widening project here on Beachview Drive. Now, this started at the beginning of the year, and it's expected to take several years to complete.
If it's a busy holiday, you will see several RVs and boats on these roads, and I don't think it's going to be a problem.
It's a coastal town. It thrives on tourism, and that's what we need is more of it.
In Jackson County, Austin Johnson, WLOX News Now.
Okay, now, y'all ready for this connection? Okay, so developers, okay, investors into this project. Let's tap into that. Now, I'm going to say allegedly, okay, but I did do my research and was looking up some of these people down a whole rabbit hole the other day. Now, there is a man by the name of Ed Traherne, okay, that's also an investor into this project. Traherne has this son by the name of Jeremy. Jeremy used to be married to Judge AC. Okay. Okay. I want y'all to peep the connections. Now, this is land. Hey, Sharon, welcome. This is a project that they have had to fight to get because not everyone wants it there. For one, rightfully so, because if it's already, if you're living on a floodplain, okay, then you don't want, that's a lot of different traffic, especially when you bring in RVs and things of that sort. Then y'all in the wood, ooh, child, better be careful, okay? The woods and coming, the traffic in and out with that could put more pressure on the infrastructure, okay? So some of them are concerned about that because you're by the Gulf also, okay? So rightfully so, I would have some concerns, right? But it's so ironic, y'all, the connections in all of this. Like the guy who is also investing and, they're one of the developers in this project, used to be the father-in-law to the judge. I'm just amazed. Okay. It's like we cannot get around. We can't get around all of this. Drea said, did you hear that Nolan and Javon are cousins? No, I haven't heard that. To me, that changes things because Javon got into a fight that day on the island. I didn't hear that they were cousins. I haven't really heard that. And shout out to you, sis. She said, I'll support Black media. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. No, I haven't heard that. Hey, hello, Barbara. Welcome. Yes, right, phenomenal Scorpio. I have never seen anything like this in my life where you can't even get around the connections, okay, and how all of this plays a part, okay, with motives in potentially wanting to keep certain things under wraps, okay. Yeah, devils everywhere. And I'm like, even this morning, someone sent me my sis, Karen Michelle, she had sent info that y'all remember the voice on there, and they said one of the voices on the CTO call, they called out a Will, and so we were looking into Will Parker, right? His dad is a commander in the Air Force. Wait, hold on. Let me look at it. I want to get the correct title because I want y'all to see what we dealing with. This is why people are losing monetization. Nerdy Pink Panda lost her whole TikTok channel over exposing these connections and who's all involved in this, y'all. This thing goes deep. It really does. Let me see, what was his official title? I was like, OMG. Okay, let's see. Okay, he is U.S. Air Force Colonel. Okay, he is in charge and command of the 81st MSG. He's a new commander. Okay, he's a new commander as of July 17th. That article was written. This is Will. We kept hearing Will on the CTO call. His father was just put into position as the U.S. Air Force Colonel Commander of the 81st Mission, the 81st MSG, which is the Mission Support Group, okay, out of Biloxi. Child, look, it's too much. Okay, it's a lot of people in these high positions. Hey, Karen Michelle, look, I was just sharing what you had shared with me. This is crazy. Shout out to MTGV Crime Podcast. Welcome, sis. How are you? And thank you for being a member for 2 months. I appreciate the support. Yeah, but God. Angel said, we are in for a hell of a fight and injustice in Springs, Mississippi. Right. Hello, Barbara says she lost her entire Facebook page last week. Are you serious? Behind the Nolan Wells? Hey, Sonia, welcome. Yeah, when you start bringing the background players to the front, it's a big problem. Exactly. Okay, that part. Hey, Buttercup, welcome. Happy Fabulous Friday. Hey, Destiny, shout out to you and thank you for the jewel, sis. I appreciate you being a sponsor today. Right, Irma. You're right. They never expected the world to be watching and digging, but we are here and we ain't going nowhere. Okay, y'all, this thing is mind-boggling. Like, seriously, I've never seen anything like it. This is why a lot of people do not want to speak up about it as well, because of what they have to go up against. You're not just going up against that system. Okay, we already know the system that I'm referring to. Hey, Ray, a lot of them not just going up against the system. You are going up against people in powerful positions. Okay, it's almost like a whole cult there. They got a person in every position, from pharmacists to doctors to lawyers to mayors to governors to medical examiners to like, where do you go to get justice if everybody gonna be connected? That's why some of these kids not afraid. Okay, that's why Jax can get on Officer Tater Tot's interview and say, well, why are we not in jail? Well, if y'all know everybody in town and you connected to everybody, just like, I know we talking about the Nolan case, but let's think about what came out yesterday in Carmelo's case with Austin. There were times where he was even in class, okay, and would tell the teachers nothing's going to be done to him because he was the star varsity starter or something. He was a varsity starter. He knew he could get away. When he was supposed to have a consequence, they allow him to still come and play. Some of these kids are so privileged and act and have the attitudes and do what they do because they have people that will stand behind them in high positions. So they know, oh, I could just go to mommy and daddy and they'll handle it. They'll handle you. They'll get you fired. Okay, they'll do whatever it takes for me to get my way. These are the attitudes that we're dealing with. So if you have people in these high positions, they will have that particular attitude. Okay, the privilege of it all. Hey, Nurse M, welcome. Your Facebook got locked. Oh, wow, I couldn't post a comment. That's when I moved over here to YouTube. Oh, wow. A lot of y'all getting that. When people were reporting about Naziah Harris, they let whatever go on, but now they shutting people down because it's above the law. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I really think that reward money should be increased because most of those people have money. Right, exactly. That's what we were saying in the beginning. If it's some people that know something in that community, a lot of them, they have boats. They're boat owners. They own mansions there. Come on. That is no money to them. They got that in the bank. Now you start heading up some, okay. Some of them might, hey, look now, we got a little money, but we ain't got that much. Okay. Right. And then getting upset because they want us to just hush up. But guess what? We won't and can't be silenced. Exactly. I had something that happened to me with a woman, but I went off. Y'all get into it. Shout out to Irma for the jewels. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor today. The Klan has strategically positioned themselves in positions of power. You're right. Throughout the entire country, in every state, red or blue. You better say it. Okay. I see that. This is wickedness in high places. It really is, y'all. And I'm peeping the play more and more each day as more characters are unlocked in this case, y'all. This thing is huge. Okay, it is huge and it's getting so much attention that they did not expect. Now, Nerdy Pink Panda, she did come out and do a short video. And it's so funny because when she came out and did her short video, child, she made one more exposure. Well, we're gonna tap into Big Keish. I hope I'm saying his name right. Shout out to him. I wanted to show some of his video because he even captured what she said on here as well. So let's go ahead and tap into his live, his video, and then y'all make sure you hit the like button. It is for free.
Over to Officer Tatum with them on a boat, and they said that he was on the phone with Cito. So y'all remember when he was pulling the string and pulling that rope? And what did we see pop up? So somebody put it in.
Okay. Before we go there, I knew it was something else. Usually I have my little sticky note with my agenda. I knew it was something else I wanted to bring up. I'm glad he said that. For those of you who were not on the live on yesterday, we actually talked about it on Wednesday's live. We talked about the connections with Cito, okay, and that whole Cito call. Hey, Barbara, welcome. And so, we were talking about who the captain, co-captain, because Cito is international, but they have a local agency there in Mississippi, which is handled through the captain, Chris Ward, and his son, Seth Ward. So we listened to the call, and we listened to specifically when Vicky, the operator, was talking to Seth Ward and that whole interaction and how he stated that the grandpa, he had just gotten off the line with the grandpa. Now, we were saying that they know that those calls are recorded. However, I do not believe that grandpa thought that Seth was going to let it out on that recorded line that he had talked to him. So almost like grandpa had Seth's number, okay, or call him on a back line or something like that, and had a conversation with him. Now, he had gotten off of the line before, okay, he had just said he got off the line with him before he switched over, talked to Vicky. So we were just kind of going through that, and welcome everyone coming on in. We were just kind of going through that and talking about, who would be in trouble for something, did she handle that the proper way? How were they trained? And if this ever gets to court or trial, they're going to subpoena Vicky and Seth and talk about all of that situation that, and how it went down. Lo and behold, yesterday, TMZ put it out that Christine Wells Wansley and her legal team had issued subpoenas to Cito, okay, and Ward Marine resources because they handled that whole call. She wants everything from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on July 4th. They want training materials. They want all phone calls, not just the one, okay, that they handled with Vicky and what we could hear. No, they want record of what was spoken about even with Seth and Grandpa. They want information about the whoever owns the boat, okay, all the coordinates, that report that they put in, everything. And they have 21 days to get that info over to the legal team. Okay, so I hope they did everything properly because now that's going to come out. Okay, Vicky girl. They said Vicky yesterday. They were saying Vicky probably got her passport and probably heading out of the country by now. Because you got to consider, y'all, not blaming them because they're not 911. However, was everything done properly? If you heard in the background certain things that were stated about somebody dead, or you hearing different names, and the guy you talking to, he's acting weird in itself, a whole red flag, and you don't go deeper into things. Did she send help? Okay. And despite them saying, oh no, that's okay. Now that's going to come out too. If Vicky indeed sent help because she felt that something was off and someone intercepted it and did not send help because Grandpa said don't send help, y'all, they're going to be in trouble. Okay, if the training materials say one thing, but Grandpa then called the co-captain, and then he went against what training says in that book, and that's what y'all went with, and my son died, y'all in trouble. Okay, y'all are in trouble. So, hey, I don't know how this all gonna work out, but y'all, they got 20 days. Okay. From the time that they were served. So I don't know if they were exactly served yesterday, but they have 21 days from that time. I always wonder on the CETO call, the lady that answered the call said the name of the account is Secret Service, like a secondary name on the account. Secret Service. I have to listen to that again. I don't know if it said that, but I have to listen to that and see if it stated that. I don't remember that part. Exactly. That's why Mrs. Christine and Elmore want all the records. Right. Exactly. I'm telling you, they're not crazy. They are about business and finding out what happened to Nolan Wells. Miss Christine and Elmore playing chess, not checkers. Come on now. And they're about to checkmate the SSA, and I'm here for it. Okay. Let's see. She didn't send the Coast Guard, and she should have. Yeah, because something was off with that. Okay, we could definitely tell. Hey, Grace. No, I don't think she meant Secret Service Sam. No, I'm hoping Secret Service Sam name not on there. I don't even know if she asked for his name. I'm gonna definitely, when I go back to listen to that call, I need to see, did she say, well, what's your name? And then, yeah, it's so much in that call that went wrong. When he gave the wrong depth of water, because she could obviously see some things. Okay, let's think about this. If you call 911, or if your children playing on the phone, they call 911, right? Well, if you hang up or you're sick and you can't respond, or your children playing, the phone hangs up, guess what? They have record of where you were, okay, or where you are. They're going to send help. Now, this is the thing. She saw where they were, okay? She saw where they were. Welcome, April. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us today. And that's one key, because if you're telling me certain coordinates and it's not adding up, that's a red flag. You're telling me the depth of the water there and it's not adding up, that's another red flag. Now check this out. There was supposedly a state of emergency right there, okay? She clicked over and she talked to the really I call him a co-captain because she called him captain, but he's the son. Seth is the son, okay? Now, the thing of it is, if they're saying they are sinking, regardless of whether this other stuff was a red flag, by the time she came back to that call and they had hung up, guess what? child, you supposed to still send some help. But I know that, see, and I think this is where it's going to get a gray area right here, because they're going to say, well, she talked to the co-captain and he told her that he was going to call grandpa back. Well, they're going to see, did he call grandpa back? They're going to look and see if he did that. But what did the training materials say? You're CETO International. Okay, what does your CETO International training book say? Were you still supposed to send some form of help there for a sinking boat because they had disconnected the line? Okay, you didn't get a confirmation from the caller that, oh, we're not sinking anymore. What if somebody was playing on the phone like they were grandpa and then called the co-captain Seth and said, oh no, don't send no help over there. What if that, we know it could have been, it's probably grandpa, but I'm just saying, what if somebody calling y'all playing and y'all really don't send help and they really did need help? You see what I'm saying? What does your training book say? What is the proper procedure for that? Shout out to Sharon for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She says, stay on the this. Okay. Hey, T Lady Boogie, welcome. Hey, my sis Shelly Shells is back. She been out vacationing, okay, enjoying that Florida sun. I am so jealous. Okay, welcome back, sis. Let's see here. Irma said, and shout out to Irma for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said C for service. Oh, C for service. Okay, got you. That's why she asked if they were aground, because it didn't show they were in water. Okay, like she gonna have to answer some hard questions. Hey, Equator, welcome. She's gonna have to answer some hard questions. Okay, because what was the proper procedure? Okay, even if you're saying, because see, now my butt on the line, Seth, I have the call that came to me and they're saying that they're sinking. Okay, you done spoke to grandpa. I don't know who grandpa is, but I want to cover my butt and they done hung up too. So, okay, Vicky, this the other thing. Even if you didn't send help, did you try to call them back? See, Seth said he was going to call back grandpa. But did Vicky ever call back Wyatt or try to make some type of connection? They're going to look into that. Okay, because the call was dropped. This is not a bank. Okay, when I used to work at the bank and then someone would call in and you go and you trying to talk to a manager, you come back, or maybe you put them on hold and you go back, it's no sound. You like, hello? You could stay, for a couple of times and you like give them a warning. If no one's going to respond, I'm going to have to disconnect. Okay, and then we could hang up, but you have to give them a warning, give them some time to come back to the phone, right? Okay, that's a bank, child. They can call back. But when you dealing with somebody's life on the line and they on water and it could be a potential drowning and they're already saying my boat is sinking, child, look, if the phone disconnected, you better either send help or call them back. I don't care what this boss said. He calling the grandfather. The grandfather didn't contact me. Okay, this is a whole report. So then they're going to see, did their report remain though? Okay, did it remain with Wyatt's, that whole situation with the sinking boat? Or did you get rid of that? Okay, and then you put in one that said, oh, I got a call, but Seth said the co-captain or captain said he gonna call the grandfather back. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because the whole death is now involved. Now it may not have, well, hey, look, child, they gonna have to do their investigation into that. Especially, this is what's also going to be key too, y'all. Especially when they get that call and they hear Nolan's name in the background. And Nolan is now no longer here, but Nolan's name is being stated in the background of that call. That's a whole issue right there. You can't say it's fake when CETO is the one that released the call. They are the ones that released it. Okay, so when the experts go in there and they look into it, they're going to hear Nolan's name because we heard it a couple of times. Okay, so now what y'all going to say? What y'all going to say? Because now he's gone. He's dead. So that's why they want training materials. They want the calls, all of the calls pertaining to that particular incident report from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Any calls that we also heard that were from the grandpa and Seth, what did y'all talk about? Because then you have to testify if it wasn't recorded. What was that whole phone call? What was the time he called you? What was that conversation? All of that is going to play a part. Shout out to Ray Ray from PA. Thank you, sis, for the jewels and for you being a sponsor today. Right, Irma. She better answer correctly because that's going to also fall on them. I think she heard it too. Good morning, Nikki. Welcome. I think she heard some of that too. Vicky, get on that flight and head on back because we need you to step up to the mic. We have questions, ma'am. Okay. Those teenagers think they're very smart, but they're not. No, they're not. Was the captain actually there? She apologized for calling as if she was interrupting his holiday. I find that suspicious. Yeah, she did. She did act a little, like she didn't want to bother him. Sounds like she said C for service or something like that. Or did she say CTO service? Couldn't help but to hear Nolan's name. Exactly. Okay. CTO has yet to publicly deny the call. Exactly. That part. Hey, Paul, welcome all the way from England. I appreciate you tuning in. After Vicky got that call, someone should have gone out there to find that boat to be on the safe side. That's what I'm saying, Becca. Regardless, because I'm telling y'all, that is going to be something they're going to look into. Even if Seth said, Grandpa called me, I'm going to call Grandpa back. That's not good enough. When you already had an emergency call that we need help, that our boat is sinking. And if the phone hung up or if he hung up, did Vicky try to contact Wyatt back? If she was not able to get him back, you got to call for some help because that call came to you. And if they were really sinking, you may not have been able to get him back. And she had already mentioned, is the service okay there? Because it was a lot of going in and out, him not paying attention, him muting and so forth. So just to be on the safe side of a sinking boat call, let me not just say, oh, okay, caller, well, I'm going to have to hang up due to no response. What? No, you need to send some help. And I had never thought about it like that. She should have still to cover her butt and to also make sure everything was okay, still sent out someone to check on that boat. What about those videotapes of the voices wake up? Yep, that's all a part of that call. It's nothing that they added to the call. What they did was they kind of separated the sounds on different channels. So it's like she explained the whole process where you can hear background noise only, then you can hear Vicky's voice only with Wyatt, and then it's a combination of everything together. It had been there all along. However, when the calls first came out, for one, when they were playing it on the news channels, they were not playing the whole call. They only had isolated little edited versions of it. All we would hear is, oh yeah, we need help, we're sinking. And then she would say something, it sounded like she was kind of smiling or laughing. And then she would say, if everyone say, yeah, we're all safe, little stuff like that. It wasn't the full call. Then when we get the full call, then we're listening to the full conversation between Wyatt and Vicky and then the captain, right? But it wasn't until someone isolated the different channels by themselves, because then you like, hold up. All this was being said in the background because we weren't paying attention to the background. It wasn't that we don't hear what we're hearing. It's that we're paying attention to the conversation, not what was going on in the background until that was clear for us. So all of this, oh, they got these fake calls, and no, it's not a fake call. It's been there all along. If you go back and listen to it from where they have even the whole little wait music and all of that, you can hear them talking. Okay. I didn't even know it was like the music playing until they sent out the whole call. I didn't even know it was music playing because we never heard it from the music part. That's where that's, to be honest, y'all, that's where a lot of the, oh my God, see that, like a lot of that was happening when the whole music was playing. That's when all of that was being said. But when it came out, that part was not released at the time. Okay, so we couldn't hear all of that. Oh my God, see that? Wyatt said no to the Coast Guard. Hours later, Warren called the Coast Guard per his story. Right. So that was a question mark that I had. How are you calling the Coast Guard when you're not even on water anymore? You should have wanted the Coast Guard because we heard your name too in the background. You should have wanted the Coast Guard when you were on water. Okay. So yeah, she told them that it was a lot going on. Girl, you should have sent some help. Hey MJ, she said I think his parents should hire an international audio expert to analyze the call. This way, they can't pay off anyone or intimidate the company. That's a good point. That's a good point. Hey, Ann, good morning. Welcome everyone coming on in. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free.
Chat GPT. Chat GPT. What do you think this is? Y'all ain't gonna believe. I'm gonna tell you. I use ChatGPT for my thumbnails and stuff like that. ChatGPT, they don't cut no corners. They tell it like it is. Y'all ain't gonna believe what ChatGPT said that was in the boat, bro. Watch this.
If you've been struggling with dentures, missing teeth, or you're feeling self-conscious about your smile, then this video is for you.
Wait, this video right here could be the reason why Nolan Wells and his family is looking for the feds to get involved. This is crazy. Look what I found out. Watch this video to the end because I got to explain it now. Look, remember when the boys were on the Officer Tatum's interview right now, and I believe it was Jax that said this?
As you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something, or scrambling around, or everybody like in a small space on the boat looking at him or something? I mean, it's just so crazy to think that. Why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat?
Now, if you pay attention, Warren was looking at Jax like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Talking about if Nolan was there, wouldn't they be looking down, or wouldn't he be on the bottom of the boat, or whatever? Well, it turns out, remember people were saying in that video, they are seeing a leg or something? Well, I looked through ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, I took the video from Officer Tatum's actual page of the video of the boat where they claim they're on the call with Cito. And they were claiming that was actual footage. Well, remember everybody was saying, or people were saying, I see a leg or something popped up. I went to Chat. Look what Chat said. Chat even said, based on the clear original source screen recording, because I went straight to Officer Tatum's page to make sure it wasn't doctored or nothing. I think a human body part is plausible. And in my assessment, more likely explanation. The reasons are its skin-like discoloration, its shape in the clear frames, and especially the way it's repeatedly revealed and obscured as the foreground changes. Now, after the foreground changes, I don't see any obvious piece of boat hardware that clearly accounts throughout the sequence. Now, the question is, what is that? That is, even Chat thinks it's a body part. Now, y'all gonna sue Chat? Are the attorneys gonna send a cease and desist to Chat because Chat GPT, third-party source, believes that is a body part. A body part that is the skin tone that matches Nolan Wells' skin. There is about to be a big breakthrough with this case. Like I said, I wanted to look through ChatGPT or somebody else to say, like, I don't want to be the one to say this is a body part, this is Nolan Wells' leg. So I went to a whole nother source, and ChatGPT even says that is more than likely, very plausible, a body part. It don't look like it's nothing else. So now we know there are plenty of reasons why they need to get the feds involved. I want y'all to drop in the comments, what reasons do y'all think?
I know I disappeared there for a minute. Just very much mentally wasn't doing.
Because I want us to look at that. Now, someone said it's the music. They wonder who was that up here. Someone asked about the music. Oh, Cham. Yes, while I had y'all on mute, I called Cito. And y'all had to hurt my hang up. I'm thinking I'm playing, but because the representative picked up fast, but it is the same whole music. Yes, okay. Oh Lord. So you do have to press the option if you need on water service, option 1, and then, but it's the same music. So yeah, the music is legit and they pick up quickly. And I don't know what Vicky was doing, child. They shouldn't have been having time to say all of that. Okay. I was like, oh Lord, I thought I was gonna be on hold like Wyatt. I thought I had some time. Child, she heard it and picked up. I was like, oh Lord, let me think. I don't know who it was. It wasn't Vicky, child. Okay, that was a different voice. They gonna be like, quit playing. Do not send help. Okay, call Grandpa. Do not send help here. Child, the whole music is right, Cham. It is it's real. Okay. I just wanted to verify. Shout out to LaQuinta for the jewels. Thank you so much, sis, and thank you for being a sponsor. Let's see here. The other question is, when did they call Grandpa? What time? Wait, who? Who called Grandpa? Cito or who? The attorney lady from Florida said it best, why call Grandpa first if you are sinking? What is he going to do? Well, MJ, another question is, did they have to call Grandpa or was Grandpa there? Based off of the information we were seeing the other day with them pictures, okay, I'm questioning if he was there and right by him and was feeding information that he has a membership. Oh, check to see if it's under Jerry. He probably said it's under my name. He probably was like, Jerry, like that's probably how quick he could have had his phone calling a little ahead of time. Had already told him, get on the recording line, you call Cito, okay? He calling over to the other number of the people he know because he's in the whole boat industry, probably has them on speed dial, okay? And then talking to Seth and getting off the phone. And then when Vicky is like, well, let me call the captain, that's how he was able to say, oh, I just got off the phone with him. So yeah, if they look at the phone data, they'll be able to see if he actually contacted Grandpa, okay, during that time. Or was Grandpa already there? Hey, Lena, welcome. Georgia Peach laughed. Y'all, that scared me. I didn't expect nobody to pick up. I thought that I had time like Wyatt. Because I wasn't going to say nothing in the background. Emmett Bart, they coming for you and your cronies, not the cronies. Okay. Hey, Dr. Braves is in the building. Welcome, sis, and thank you for the jewels. I appreciate that. I don't have that on my card. On which card? Which card you talking about? Now, Chan gonna get me in trouble. They better not send the Coast Guard over. They gonna be like, well, wait a minute. But see, this is the international one I call. They gonna be like, they need help in Texas. Child, I was scared. Let me hang this phone up. You got me in trouble. Okay, I'm trying to verify if the whole music is right. That's all somebody have to do. You call and check it out for yourself. Okay. Let's see. Most YT families celebrate the 4th of July, so I find it strange that these boys are without their family. Right, Sharon? That would be strange. On 4th of July, the 250th anniversary. Come on now. You know those people were probably there. Grandpa phone records will be subpoenaed next watch. Okay, you'll get a subpoena. You'll get a subpoena. Okay, now OB, they will send them to you. I'm gonna say I hit the wrong number. Oh my God, I thought I pressed the 6. That lady scared me. They're gonna be like, ma'am, you don't have to come through option 1. place. Okay. I'm gonna say it's Cham fault, child, because I didn't know what was going on. Now, shout out to Nerdy Pink Panda, y'all. Unfortunately, she has lost her main TikTok channel. Now, y'all know she was bringing it. Okay, she was applying pressure every day, exposing a connection, exposing this picture and this and this. They could not handle that. Okay, so she does have a backup channel, Nerdy Pink Panda 00. And so I was concerned for her too, because she was already trying to raise money, for her dog and so forth. She had a GoFundMe for that. And then that's, kind of getting into her pockets. That's a stream of income. And so she was saying on here, you can hear her say it for herself. She kind of got a little down about that, wasn't doing too well. And I kind of figured that, from her last video that she posted, she looked like she had been crying. And so I stand with her. I share whatever she wants me to share, us to share, I should say, and go and check out her channel and hitting the like, all of that. Hopefully she can win her appeal. She did do an appeal for it. So hopefully, she can win her appeal. The adults were on the other side. Warren called his mom. Yeah, he said that out of his own mouth. Thank you, Cham. I'm just messing with you. But I did call. Hey, Miss Mabel, welcome. Hi, Awaken. Oh, Awaken. We done went through a couple of things. Now, this part, we're kind of going into Nerdy Pink Panda and what she just said on her recent her recent video. How did Ashley C give a timeline if she wasn't on the island? Right. And that may bite her in her butt, just like Judge John Roach, when he came out making statements and things. Now he got recused of the whole appeal process. See, that is going to bite her in the behind. When they finish this investigation, her speaking out, if you're a judge, certain things you're not supposed to get involved in. Okay? You're not supposed to be out here making statements and things, and you're saying you weren't even there. Come on now.
There for a minute, just very much mentally wasn't doing very well after losing my page again. Losing my main account shouldn't surprise you, because I found out that the father of the girl who allegedly threw the party that night, used to work at Oracle. And just in case you don't know who Oracle is who now owns TikTok. Hopefully, with a little luck, I'm going to win my appeal. And if that doesn't happen, well, I've reached out to some other friends, other creators who have had their pages taken away to see what to do. So yeah, I'm okay. I've brushed my teeth. I've showered. I'll be okay. Make sure you're following me here on this page just in case I don't get it back.
So that's the Nerdy Pink Panda. She lost her page, and the new one is Nerdy Pink Panda with 2 zeros at the end. That's the handle right there, y'all.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my sis T Lady Boogie. Thank you, sis. I appreciate the jewels, and thank you for being a sponsor today. Irma said, Crump went and met with the lady who exposed the cameras. Oh, he did? That's the lady. You talking about the lady Bree? They are hurting her by taking her income for helping the Black community and exposing them. Yeah, and Secret Service Sam said he's not monetized either on TikTok now. They didn't take his channel, but he's not monetized. What's up, everybody? For real, this is insane. Yes. Okay, and welcome. Thank you for tapping in. Blessings, Nerdy. We love you. Yes. Let's see here. Just Bree showed us the cameras, but I'm telling y'all something about her not right. Is she trying to be a copycat of Pink Panda? Well, one thing, y'all, I just gotta say, just be careful on some information. And nothing personal against her. I'm glad that she did that video showing us the cameras and things. I know she put out that potential fight. Oh, this is like a fight video at Horn Island. And then it started spiraling. People started running with it, that there was a fight. Now, we know it was fights there at the island, right? I'm talking about that particular video. Because the guy who shared it, if you go to his channel, he's the one that was recording what was taking place. During that time, that is not a fight. You can literally see them throwing stuff in the air, and he's trying to catch it right there on the side. And I showed you all the video from the person who was recording. So certain things you just got to be careful and not take and run with it. What I like about Nerdy Pink Panda is she shows like how she's getting these connections. Um, she does her research. She shows it to us. So I'm just saying that nothing against her or whatever, but I just noticed that this past weekend that we can't be so wanting a certain narrative that we just start putting out whatever. Of course, all of this is alleged till we get to the facts, but like things like that, that could go a whole other way. And then people are like, oh my gosh, is that him, his legs? And I'm like, baby, I don't see what they seeing. And it wasn't until I ain't gonna down somebody for thinking they see that, but it wasn't until I came across the original videos from the guy who recorded it. It was no edits, it's his videos. But what people will do is take something and put a caption on it to make it look a certain type of way. And then, bam, we got a new theory. Bam, we got, and so then that brings confusion. Imagine his family seeing that, like, is that my son? So we just got to be careful. That was just my only thing. Just be careful with stuff like that. Crum better watch her. I got a bad vibe from her. Uh-oh. Yeah, she is from the area. Oh, Lord, what y'all talking about? Yeah, it's a football. Yeah. I'm from the area too, but I'm not out there like that. Okay, April says she said she's not going around doing all of that. Okay, so just be careful, child, because it's so much info. Some stuff I get and I look at it, but some stuff I just don't bring out. I gotta let it marinate. Let me just see where this goes. Let me see if I see another puzzle piece that goes with this, or AI channels. We got a lot of AI chat GPT stuff, so it's a lot. Even some of the stuff I put out, I'll be like, "Ooh, child, y'all, that's not Nolan." Okay, so we gotta correct that. We put something out, and it's not what everybody thought it was. Correct it with your audience. That video we thought when he was in the sand and things like that, it wasn't until I went to TikTok and saw the guy's channel that does those type of it's like little fights that they have on the beach. And I say, wait a second, because that guy in that video, y'all, they threw that guy. He was thrown and landed on the sand. It was weird. I said, y'all, this is dangerous in my mind. But that's what they do, and they record it, and all of it is so weird. It's not my thing, but I did come back and let y'all know that's not Nolan in that video.
Nolan Wells. I just found out that if you have 2 cars on your car insurance, this is 100% what you should be doing. So I found this website, and look at the difference. $159 a month. I thought this was the best price I could find. The blackout in Gary, Indiana, public lynchings of Black people. What do those 3 things have in common? All of these were stories that the mainstream news media did not report until we started making them trend on social media. And by we, I mean Black folks. I'm talking about us. Sorry if you're not tribe. I'd be jealous if I were you, but that's not the point of this conversation. The point of this conversation is this. We know that the algorithms are trash. We know that the algorithm is built against us and people who talk about what we talk about. We know that these algorithms and these platforms are controlled by billionaires who want to control us. And we have more power than we think. So when we decide to get in unison, be one band, one sound, we can actually dictate the terms of the news instead of the news dictating the terms to us. Never, ever forget your power and keep on saying the names. And make sure that you're subscribed to Black-owned media, independent media, Joy Reid, Roland Martin, Don Lemon, The Root, The Griot. They are telling our stories responsibly, with care, and with truth. All right? We ain't got to pay attention to the people. We got our own.
And make sure y'all subscribe to Big Kish as well. Hit that subscribe button. For those that are in the back and don't comment and you never subscribe to nobody's channel, today is the day you need to start clicking on them buttons. I know you set in your ways and you like, nah, they already got subscribers. They already got likes. They already got... No, your subscribe counts. Now, when it's time to vote for one of them damn wicked ass people, you're voting this stuff. And what they tell you, your vote counts. Okay, your subscribe counts. Go ahead and sub up, y'all.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. And something I just can't get past is the CETO video that Officer Race Tatum shared. Now, something that's odd about it, which we know, is that there's no audio. Why not include audio? Also, why do none of them have life jackets on? Also, Why would they not get off a sinking boat onto the boat that was taking the video of them sinking? Why is that video of them sinking? Wouldn't there be a longer part to that video? Also, Cito, Wyatt, we're on the phone together, right, with Vicky. At the same time, Jerry, the grandpa, was on a call with Captain Seth Ward. Why would Jerry be on the call? Why would they cancel the Cito call? Now, we know that Fart Jr. gave them a tow in, but if I'm the grandfather, wouldn't I rather have Cito give them the tow in than somebody with just like a piece of string? Jerry is on the call with Seth Ward saying no tow is needed. So is it possible that this is an alibi phone call? Like Captain Seth never said the tow isn't needed because they have help. It just was canceled. Why would you cancel that tow? And can you imagine Wyatt being like, no, we're good. We're going to have one of our buddies tow us in. The grandfather would have insisted that Cito come and tow them. Why did the grandfather cancel Cito? Jerry only called the captain to say they don't need a tow, cancel it. It sounds like more like a personal call, cancel it, because one of the friends' alleged drunk buddies is going to tow him in on a piece of dental floss. Does that make sense to you at all? And again, if they're on a sinking boat, why is there like 7 of them on the boat posing? You would think they would all get off the boat, right? Strap the boat up to the boat that wasn't sinking and then make the call. Again, there's no metadata on the Cito video that Officer Race Tatum put out, and that TMZ, nobody has confirmed the metadata. So as for us, and in my opinion, that video looks staged. What do you guys think?
And y'all know how people are about.
That's exactly, y'all, what we have been saying. Like, it was odd how they had that photo when they're supposedly sinking. Also, something else is notable. The swimming trunks that some of them had on seemed to have been a different color, but then I started thinking about this too. Warren was not in the photo with Nolan, Eric, Jax, and Morgan. We didn't see Warren in that one, right? But you could kind of see it from when he was taking a photo of the background, right? Eric, I say, no, wait a second. How come we don't talk about Eric a lot? Now, Eric was in the photo with Morgan and Jax and Nolan. But which boat was Eric on? Because Eric then got lost in the mix of this whole thing. And notice that they were bringing up Eric recently because of his post. Okay, he had made a post about when your parents ask you how was your day and you have to tell them you did something that could get you a minimum of 10 years in prison, and then deleted the post. Which boat was Eric on? How come the real house bros of Ocean Springs, they don't bring up Eric? Like, where was he in all of this? I didn't even hear Eric's name in the call. But we hear a Will. Well, which boat was Will on? And who is Will in the picture? It's so weird, that whole photo. We don't know who the girl was. You know, who was, now we, with a Nerdy Pink Panda, she was saying that the young man in the back with the orange could be Carter. Okay. But it's so many names and people that we get lost in the mix of who's there. Now, y'all got a whole picture where it looks like y'all posing. Okay, because it looks staged to me from the beginning, too. Nobody hardly moving. Okay, and I think y'all remember that it was like a challenge that people were doing years ago where you stay frozen and people record you, the little mannequin. That's what it looked like. Like, child, y'all doing a little mannequin challenge again? Because y'all just standing there. What's going on? And then the guy just talked about the whole pop-up that ChatGPT was saying that was a body part. Okay, so it's really questionable. It really is. I didn't understand why they would be taking that in the midst unless you were. Now, he was saying some stuff, hey, we've been saying, hey, well, this is an alibi call. Was that photo part of the alibi to show if something went down, y'all made the call, show proof that y'all were sinking and made a call? Well, that picture did nothing for them because it doesn't show you're sinking at all. So what was the whole point of the picture? To show him sitting on the phone? Okay, what else? And a rope? So we're supposed to get all of that from a rope and a phone call. He on the phone pretended, child, because you probably wasn't even talking to nobody. And if you look at that picture of Wyatt on that photo, it does not look like Wyatt in none of the other photos. Okay, that doesn't look like the same guy. Let me pull up a picture of Wyatt. That's just my opinion. I know he was a side profile. He looks skinnier than Wyatt and all of that. Let me pull up. Give me 1 second. Okay, now this is a picture of Wyatt. Okay, that little boy, it looked like a little boy that is on that boat on that phone. I said, now is that really him? Because it doesn't look like the same guy. Let me see if I got another one where you can see more of his body. I don't know what I'm gonna have to, I'll have to do too much to find that because I had one yesterday already ready. I'll go through and look for it, but I wanted to show y'all. Y'all make your own observation, and you seen that other when I posted the other live, like one where he was at this signing. Okay, the whole body makeup doesn't even look the same. Like that's the same guy. It looks like that he is skinnier and all of that. It doesn't even look like the same boy. So all of that's questionable. Even Wyatt, if you look at him on that boat, and look at him on those interviews, he didn't even look the same. So it's questionable. All these people are questionable in that picture. And it looks like it's something y'all done put through a chat GPT. We still wondering why y'all taking a picture when you're in a whole supposedly sinking situation. Remember there were Bart's boat and one of Wyatt's boat with all 30 kids. Well, when you see that the boats all linked up together in the middle right there, that doesn't even look like 30 people for one. Okay, I don't know if they done left some folks or what, but that didn't look like a full 30 people. It's crazy. Photoshopping all these pics. Yes, it's a tangled web. Carol Michelle said, I think it was a black boy in red trunks and a white boy in red trunks Carter that day, and they're getting used interchangeably. Okay. Eric, Wyatt, Katie, and the Simpson man haven't spoken a word. Nope. They needed a reason being seen with the life vest above board while Nolan was either under the vest or in the storage. And yeah, because y'all, that picture look weird. OMG. When you zoom in, I'm still to this day trying to figure out what is at the back of that boat because it did look like someone was up under that orange. Carter or Brooks or Ava have not spoken either. Nope. Hello, Barbara. She said, read all of them. I might be missing some when I'm on, let's see. If I'm on another screen, who thought to even record them being told? Yes, right. So we have to figure out which ones are real and not, then go from there. Yep, pretty much. Those boys be on that, the Coca-Cola, okay? Now, y'all, the last thing I wanted to show is this morning, I wanted to tap into some of Pastor Jamal Bryant's podcast interview with Nolan Wells' parents, okay? He preached a powerful word on, what was that, on his birthday, the 19th. Y'all, very short, but to the point. And then he did a podcast with his parents, okay? And they kind of tapped into some of their background, some of the things that are taking place right now, you know, and going on and giving some more answers. So I want us to tap into that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Okay, let's get into it.
of a tragedy beyond their grasp. It was not. But I'm thankful for their light and for their faith and for their strength. To be able to just pull themselves to get out the bed is worth a Nobel Peace Prize. When it just be so easy to roll over. You've been thrusted into national light over the last month. And I wanted to ask you, how you eating? How you sleeping?
Initially, there was no sleep.
Yeah.
It was when he went missing, that July the 4th. I think we maybe got maybe an hour of sleep, and then it was back to doing things. And then kind of, after everything unfolded on the 6th, it was just one of those times where just we couldn't believe what we were going through.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe that, our son wasn't physically here anymore.
Yeah.
And so just those racing thoughts and, as parents, we tend to try to do the shoulda, coulda, woulda,
Yeah.
and that's the one thing, for sure. Our family, our community, those who have been supporting us, they're like, no, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
just know, you did everything you could.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes there are things, that happen in life. And even though we don't want them to happen,
Yeah.
we don't have control over that. Only God does. So
I wanted to commend you as a father and as a man. With the roller coaster of emotions, you have modeled grace in dignity when you could have just erupted in rage. And so, as a Black man and as a Black father, I wanted to first salute you and thank you for being a role model for many of us who have had to navigate and wrestle how to respond to situations that we couldn't control. I wanted to ask you, as a man, how have you been processing this?
Well, first of all, I also thank you for my wife, because everything that you mentioned, I've been there. I was at that point, but she kept me grounded. And like I said, I owe so much to her for
Oh, that's
just keeping me
beautiful.
at bay. But every day is a challenge.
Yeah.
For me, knowing that, my son is not here, I won't be able to see him anymore.
Yeah.
I go through old text messages, old videos, just memories. The last day that I spoke to her, and it just I break.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do that in my own personal space,
Yeah.
because I know I have to be that person to be strong for her and my family. So I'm working kind of like a two-sided sword in a sense. And I'm trying my best to keep it as level as possible. But it's hard.
I can imagine.
but
You
we have
never
each
want,
other.
yeah,
That's
we have each
beautiful.
other,
And
and
that's I would say that's probably what's grounded us in a sense. Because I know early on when there was so much anger and emotions were high, I literally was like, look, if you allow that anger to consume you,
Yeah.
and if you act out irrationally, even for a moment, because we're hurting so bad, I was like, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I can't lay our child to rest, still wear the hats we have to wear as adults and parents.
Yeah.
And then I can't be by myself. So I want to say thank you
That's beautiful.
for for hearing me because
Wow.
I know how hard it's been for you. I know people have kind of focused in on me, but
Yeah.
I always say he's grieving just as much
That's
as
right.
I am. That was just as much his child as
Yes.
it was mine.
Let me ask you on a lighter note, because you all's connection and energy is so strong. How'd y'all meet?
Now, notice she said that Nolan was just as much his child as hers. I wish people would leave that alone now. Just leave it alone. Okay, all this is that stepdad, all of this. We're gonna just leave it how she put it and laid it out right there. Okay, that's enough said. Okay, let these people grieve. All of that extra about parenting, all of that, it's just unnecessary. As Nolan was a reflection of his parents. Right, exactly. He was. My heart cries for Nolan's mom and dad and siblings. Exactly. I could tell the way he keep his hands gripped tightly. Yes, exactly. Um, I know, right, Jamal? People saying about that lady during the autopsy has a bad reputation makes it even more questionable, but lacking evidence still at this point. Yeah, we hoping that she used some integrity and did the right thing with that autopsy because her history, okay, has not been great when it comes to autopsies and her mislabeling people's autopsies. That's why people have questions now.
That's what we want to know. I
Oh
don't know if y'all old
gosh.
enough to remember this show, Love
What's your
Connection.
version of
Yes.
mine, bro? What's your version of mine?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was working at a cell phone store and I was doing our weekly special for the cell phones.
Yes.
And so it was just me and my manager up front. So initially when he came in, she's like, "Hey, how you doing? What can I help you with?" And so at some point it was, "Hey, Christine, can you come? Can you come?" And I'm like, "No, I am busy.
Right.
I am drawing out our board." And she's just like, "Girl, get over here." And so we started talking and I was telling him.
Pause. Okay, someone brought up a great point when it comes to the cell phone company. Christine worked for a cell phone company. Y'all, she knows how cell phones operate. Okay, come on now, which is why she's not playing about that cell phone. She knows the info that Nolan's cell phone holds. Okay, so that's a very good point and a big clue as to why she's so adamant about, look, let's do this together. Speaking of that cell phone, Attorney Ben Crump's office, they had sent the DA's people, okay, some dates between August the 18th and the 21st. They could pick whichever day. They said they're ready. So today is the 21st. So let's see if this whole phone download happens, okay? Because that's something that is huge. It holds some things in there, y'all. I just truly feel that that's going to be huge. Thank you for joining, Jay Paris. I appreciate that. People should 100% have facts before accusing people, though. What is wrong with Stacey Turner and how she keep getting away with that BS? Right. Hateful people really don't have feelings because to go through losing a child, I couldn't imagine that feeling, and to not have compassion, to just be wicked. Karma, yeah. Karma comes back. That's what she said. So she knows about cell phones and how these things work. So yeah. Yeah, I was like, wow, I never thought about that. Yeah. And that's why that phone, she didn't just give up right away. She probably knows what lies within that phone. That's why she knew it was BS from the start. Yes, she knew what to ask, what information to preserve. Come on now. You better say it. Okay, hey News Crews. Hey all okay with the job at T-Mobile. Okay. Come on, today the deadline, supposedly. Let's see what's gonna happen with this download. The phone is key to Nolan's peace. That's why he brought it back home to his mama.
just a little bit, about myself and kind of where I was mentally at
Yeah.
that time. I've gone through a lot
Yeah.
in my life, a lot more than people my age probably have gone through.
Yeah.
And so in that time, I was in the phase of rebuilding
Okay.
and really just putting that trust back in God and working on that relationship. And so, I told him, I was like, hey, not looking for anything. Like
Right.
I need to work on me.
That's beautiful.
And we just became friends, but the friendship, just in a short period of time, that connection was undeniable. But we allowed it to grow and we fostered it and we nurtured that. And of course, just like any
So since y'all met in the phone store, you got that code early. You was able to get in that back room pretty quick. You had to make sure who was in the top 5 faves.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I'm able to get into this storage unit real quick.
Mhm.
Now, what's your version of the story?
Yeah, what is
It's
your
all right.
version?
It's similar to that, but when I walked into the store, she did not want to help me.
She did not?
No, she was like she said, she was off and on word doing whatever she was
Yes.
doing. But yeah, she did not want to help me. And then but I always mess with her, and say like, well, if you didn't help me that day, we wouldn't be here today. And she was like, yeah,
Absolutely.
you're right. So, but yeah, she didn't want to help
I
me at all,
did.
man. She
I was
was
busy.
You were a reluctant servant.
I was
You didn't know God was
very.
setting you up.
I did not. And it's so funny, as I always tell him, he still has the card that has
Yeah,
my personal. I never gave my personal cell number out.
Wow.
I still got
So
that card.
yeah, still has that card. And to this day, I'm like,
The people want to know, did you have an iPhone or an Android?
Then there was a Nextel.
Oh
was
my
your next
God.
sale.
Y'all
So
been
that-
together a
that's-
long
Um,
time.
yes.
The funny story is I had just moved back home because I was living up here
In Atlanta.
in Decatur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to train.
Wait a minute. Hey, like vegan, I thought I was the only one. I wasn't going to unmute to call it out, but I said, why the pastor got to be with the dirty mind all the time? You didn't say one comment and then you just keep going with it. Okay, so she was able to get in that back room. I noticed that too. I was gonna leave it alone, but here you came with it. Yes, mister. Listen to the interview. Okay, they're explaining everything. 420 needs to wait for 420 to figure it. Okay, sit back and relax. I have one child. He's 45 years old. I know my son like the back of my hand, and what I instilled in him. When you go anywhere with your friends, come back with every last one of them. He's always got his phone right. And welcome, Rita. Yes, I definitely agree with you. Parents know their kids. Like, I know this is on a different level, but yesterday, my husband, he had wanted to order pizza. And so my son, every once in a while, he'd be like, he want McDonald's after school. So I said, now you know your son is not going to want pizza today. He gonna want McDonald's. He like, I don't care what he want. I know what I want. Whatever. So soon as I pick up my son, y'all, I know him like the back of my hand. Mommy, can we stop at McDonald's? I said, Daddy said he wanted a pizza. I don't want no pizza. I said, see, I already knew that was going to be his response. Just like I know all of my kids, I know my husband. Like I can predict what they are going to do. So it's like as a parent, you pretty much know what your kids are going to do. Just like when they were at Horn Island looking for Nolan, his father said he didn't feel that he was there, and he wasn't at that time. He wasn't at that time. Okay, clock that. And then all of a sudden, on the morning of the 6th, there he go, and they eventually find him. That's questionable mindset for a pastor. Well, hey, you probably don't know if you done heard the stuff about this pastor too. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Hey, HGY, welcome. Rain, welcome on in. You see his wife dressed his wife dressed. You see why? Okay. Let's see here. Thank you, Black sister, because every mother knows their child Black forever for real. Okay. Shout out to you as well.
For a little while at the gym across the street when I was
No
training for the
way.
NFL. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Small
are
world.
both of you from Mississippi?
Yes.
I'm technically
I'm
not.
sorry.
Oh, were
She's
you,
not.
did you graduate from high school in
I
Mississippi?
did. I
Okay.
did. I always like to joke and say I'm a transplant. So I was born in the Philippines. That's where
Okay.
my mom's family is from, but my father's family is from Mississippi.
Okay.
And so, but I've been here long enough, but I always like to say I'm a transplant.
No, I got it. I wanted to ask because people have a different perspective of Mississippi historically, and not in actuality.
Yeah.
And so when we hear about Mississippi, my head is going directly to Mississippi burning. I'm gonna turn left and deal with Medgar Evers. I'm gonna turn right and deal with Emmett Till. And I wanted to ask, in 2026, what is it like being Black living in Mississippi?
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How's the math test?
I would I would say that you would hope that in 2026, right? You would hope that racially things would improve.
Yeah.
And this is where I find, because I personally love history.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite subjects. But when you have a state like Mississippi that has such a complex history, especially when we start talking about race, it's one of those things you cannot forget, right? But that's also why it's important to teach actual history. So then we know, okay, where are we going from here?
Yeah.
How can we improve things? Because when we try to simply just remove things or not think about it, and that's a whole other issue, is because it doesn't affect me, I don't worry about that.
Yes.
But that's the thing, when in the Bible, when it says love thy neighbor, right? That's how you love your neighbor, truly, is being concerned about their well-being, their health, things that they need.
Yeah.
So in a state like Mississippi that has the history it has, sometimes, you don't want to think negatively, right? You always want to, and maybe this is just the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You want to try to be positive.
Now I think, hello Barbara, on that particular day, he was talking about the day they were headed to Horn Island, the whole breakfast thing when they went to McDonald's. Is that what you're referring to? He was saying that, and then he also stated that I didn't realize he went to his house. So I don't even know if I guess he went to pick up some, drop some, I don't know, but he put that in there as well. He went to his house that morning too. Okay. Shout out to Latte. Thank you, sis. This was such a great interview. I feel the pain. Yes. Yes, Taylor did it on his channel. Oh, wow. So he coming for Pastor Jamal? See how he coming for people? That man has not even brought him up. So why is he coming for Pastor Jamal?
Positive and see the things, but there's always that little part of you that's like, I really hope this isn't what I know it could potentially be.
Right.
And so in raising our children, we were very open and honest about those things, especially because the way I was raised. So my mother's Filipino, but my grandmother, she is half white.
Oh, wow.
So now that I'm kind of getting this blowback and people are saying, oh, you're racist. I'm like, well, first of all, do you understand the definition of racism?
Yeah.
And what comes with that? But then two, again, I was raised that, hey, and this is a Mississippi. So,
Yeah.
the Bible thumpers.
Yes.
heavy into church when we were younger. And it was always one of those, love and show respect until that person shows you otherwise, but also to having that discernment.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when you're building relationships, right? You can't just take that person for face value. You have to understand who they are, not just, on the outside, but spiritually. Like where are they at? And those are the things that he and I have tried to teach our kids. We've instilled in our children, but of course, when children get older, they're going to make their own decisions, but it's the hope that they're always going to do what's best for them.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's huge right there. Because if we even think about the letter, the alleged letter that came out about Nolan, and the situation with the friends and all of that, they touched on some of that Nolan was forgiven. He was the peacemaker. Probably let them slide with a lot, the little things that were being stated, probably let them slide. And his mom's, she's mentioned before that she was concerned about that because, outsiders can sometimes see fake friends, especially your parents. We can peep fake friends faster than our kids, okay? And his mom probably noticed that they were not reciprocating what he was doing for them, because she brought up an example that he would be sharing their stuff, their videos and so forth, but they weren't sharing his. Okay, so that's something as well, to think about. Did he have discernment when it came to these guys? Were there any warning signs or things that were stated earlier on, okay, about him in any group chats? Had he felt uncomfortable? See, that was something that stood out too, that on that particular day, allegedly, there was something stated that caused him to have an unction in his spirit. That's discernment, like something's off right here. Okay, that God's trying to tell you something. We heard that on The Color Purple. And so I get what she's saying, because that's, as a parent, that's one of my concerns too. Even when it comes to my daughter, like how I try to teach her to be a leader. Okay. You don't have to dummy yourself down or try to be a follower. My mom tried to instill that into me, but as kids get older, as Nolan was now grown, he was in college. You got to hope that the things that you have instilled into them, that they will continue, because you can't force them to not be friends with somebody, especially when they're grown. So I know that's kind of like a hard little zone when they're grown. You just got to hope that the stuff you share with them throughout the years, they hold on to it, but I see what she's saying. That is something that's hard. He talks about top the boat off to get in the water. So who is Nolan with? Warren, and he repeats it. Well, hello, Barbara. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, because that was a question. How did Nolan get from the house where they stayed at, Jackson's house, to the boat dock? Now, we did see him on the camera when they showed that video of them at the boat dock. You could see Nolan there. Okay, but I don't know how he got there. At one point, Warren said he wasn't with him, but then in the other interview, this latest interview, he said Nolan was with him. So which one is it? At what point did you get Nolan? Anybody with the brain thinking logically can hear all the lies, because action speaks louder than words. Why would they all get lawyers and do interviews? Sounds like they're pleading a case of guilt. Right. He came for Miss Christine Elmore for this interview also. Oh, he did? Oh, wow. Why they never went around his family. Who's family, Irma? Justice for Nolan. Let's see. Become a YouTube conspiracy. This no. What you saying? Mister, what are you talking about? I know we listening to the interview. Okay. I remember Elmore said he had a feeling Nolan was on land, so he told his friend he didn't want to go back out there again. Yes, he did. He definitely did. He spoke as if Nolan wasn't on his boat. Okay. All right, we're gonna stay focused, y'all. Just certain things you just gotta ignore, child. He's being respectful, so long as we're gonna just focus on the task at hand.
You all have how many children?
So we have 6 children.
6. The youngest is how old?
15.
15. So walk me through, because so much of the focus has been on the two of you. And people are not really saying that this is not just a son,
Yeah.
it's also a brother.
Absolutely.
And so walk us through how the siblings are dealing with this, not just in the grief, but because they are of age, contending with social media. Are y'all having to pull them them back?
So I'm so glad you asked this because in passing, like, of course, we kind of see little comments and a lot of people are like, well, what about the siblings? You guys don't ever, but this is the thing. And that's done, intentionally.
Yeah.
Our goal is to always protect them, even though 3 of them are adults.
Yeah.
We still want to provide that protection.
That's great.
They try to stay away from social media.
Yeah.
One of our kiddos is in therapy, the oldest.
Yeah.
Is in therapy and kind of just dealing with those emotions because, again, they lost a brother. That wasn't just their brother. That was their friend. That was the person, that kept some of their secrets,
How's it been for the youngest going back to school? So it's one thing to be able to.
So for them, we've, one question we ask, but we don't ask like every day is, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
I like to ask, is there something we can do?
Yeah.
Is there some place we can take you? Is there something you need us to get for you?
Yeah.
Because sometimes simply just asking, are you okay? Or how are you feeling? Because children at that age, they can't always fully express themselves verbally on what they're feeling.
Yeah.
So, asking what can we do for you sometimes is a little bit better because that gives them an outlet. But I'm gonna let Mo answer.
Come on, Mo.
As far as the youngest, he's been busy. So school has started.
Yeah.
They're practicing early in the morning, so that keeps them busy. So school and football is keeping them busy, and he's more focused now because over the summer, him and Nolan, their bond got stronger because they both play the same position, receiver.
Yeah.
So Nolan was teaching him stuff, and he was understanding the things that he was teaching them to get better. So his focus has gotten laser sharp. He really wants to do good, not just for himself, but to make his brother proud. And he's constantly telling his mom that I'm gonna do it for you and you guys and Nolan. So he's really focused on having. I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna be great.
No,
Like
absolutely.
I said, it's this fire inside of him that burns, that he wants to be the best. He wants to be better than his brother, but that's kind of like iron sharpens iron.
No, it's
You
good.
know, the competition makes them better. And with
Did
this
you play
happening,
sports?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I played football all my life. Actually, I was told that when I was born, I was tossed through the house like football.
Yeah.
Because all my uncles played and they just kind of tossed me out of the house for my mom playing catch. So I've been playing football all my life, just kind of following the family tradition. I had 3 uncles to play in the NFL. So, I didn't make it to the NFL. I went to some camps and everything, but the knowledge that I learned, I was passing it down to my kids.
No, it's
So
great.
they would have a better chance because I didn't have no one there telling me, do this, do this, do this. I had to learn on my own.
Yeah.
But with me, I was passing what I learned over the years down to them to better their chances.
That's beautiful. I think the only thing that has outraged me more than this tragedy itself.
Once, there was a man who sold caps. Every morning, he walked up and down the road trying to build his business through word of
you know, be careful what you pray for.
Yeah.
Good, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that in that moment, after we heard a body had
Yes.
been recovered, faith was still strong enough at that time to be able to be like, look, I know you're hurting,
Yes.
but I'm here.
Yeah.
And I have told him time and time again, even in the worst moments, that peace and that love,
Yes.
I can still feel that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Doesn't take
beautiful.
away the hurt,
Yeah.
but I know God got us. And I
Oh,
know he don't play about us.
no, that's beautiful.
And we gonna be all right.
I'm glad you said it, because second to the outrageous attacks against you, I'm in a choke.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there, and I'm gonna actually put the link for those of you who want to watch that, because it's a very good interview, into the chat so you can watch it in its entirety. Let me put that into the chat for y'all, 'cause I didn't want to show his whole interview, because it's very good. They explain some more details. I like that we get to see the softer side, and get some answers to some other things, pertaining to just them, that like we've seen and heard about, the nastiness, but I'm glad that they had a chance to smile, relax, and reminisce on some other things. Rita said, all people are not bad. I have a biracial family, nephews and nieces, great nieces and nephews. My son is even biracial. Some YT are very, very hateful. I know this is what they do, some of them. They do. Some do. Hey, not about Brittany. Welcome, sis. Also, look, my comments, I'm clicking and they just are going. Barbara said also that's where Officer Turncoat came from. Oh, really? I never knew that. I never knew that. Hey, Lena, how are you? Lena said justice for Nolan. Yes. Hey, Mama's 80s is in the building. That's her nursing skills kick in. Yes, the nursing skills. She has a lot. To me, she comes from a diverse background of doing different things. Nursing, phone company, that really probably help her throughout this investigation too, on things to think about. More is Mo to me now. Okay, Mo. Right. Your family's biracial. Okay. So that gives you, the scope. Some people don't understand that when they look at her, they may think she thinks she's all that, or she's not black, and things like that. So this explains some things pertaining to that, and like the whole son situation. I mean, which they shouldn't even have to go through that, but child, y'all know how people are doing. Okay, so we're going to pause there for today, because y'all know we probably will be back with updates also in the Carmelo Anthony case, because that is taking place today as well, with the motion for a new trial. They're still going through that process. So hopefully we'll get the answer today, y'all, this Friday. So we'll see how this goes. Continue to keep them lifted. And then continue to keep Christine Elmore and their entire family lifted up in prayer as they are navigating this whole investigation, y'all. They have recently subpoenaed the CETO International in the West Marine resource. I'm sorry, the Ward. I said West Marine. The Ward Marine, their last name, resources, or that group. So we'll see how that goes. Then the phone download was supposed to take place this week. They asked for dates between the 18th and 21st. So today is the 21st. Okay, so we're going to see if they're going to do what they said they want to do. They want the info from the phone, right? Okay, so I don't understand why they can't sit with the family and their attorneys and so forth, their experts, and just do it at a neutral place, neutral time, and so forth. It's giving y'all don't want people to see what's in there. Y'all want to have access and do what you want to do with it. No, let everybody sit at the table and let's do this thing. I'm adopted into a YT family. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Inspiration said, thank you, sis, for all that you do, sweetheart, with giving us the factual information on a daily basis. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I receive that. And thank you for y'all support as well. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for coming in, tuning in with us all the way from England. Warren said Nolan wasn't with me in the last interview, but they was on the way to look for him. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that part because the only time I heard him say that was during the interview with Tater Tot the first time when he said they went to breakfast. So I'll tap into that. Thank you, Barbara. Let's see, right? Because we need to know Christina Elmo because they are human. Also, we need to see through their pain because everyone has feelings. It depends on what they're going through. Much love to you all. And same to you, Rita. Thank you. Shout out to Stephen for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Great live. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, I had a good time. Thank you, Black Sister. Love forever, for real, for show Black. Come on now. Same to you as well. Yeah, moving like snakes. Okay. Shout out to La Quinta for the jewels and for you also being a sponsor. Have you been keeping up with the Ramika case? Yes. I'm waiting for the trial, child. Okay, we're going to tap into that just like we tapping back into Carmela. Come on. We ain't forgot. Just like we get some updates in Tyrone, I shared those too. We're going to tap right back in. Okay, the trial is going to start soon. That's what I'm waiting on. Hey, the highest point. How have you been? Okay, the absence of evidence is in itself evidence. Lock them all up. Okay. You better say it. Shout out to Rita for subscribing to the Open Book family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Right, we busy. Okay, we got Tyrone case, Romika's case. We got Carmelo's case, now Nolan's case. Y'all, I want to get into the Tupac murder. Now, we've been waiting on that forever. I feel like it's going on and I'm missing some stuff. We might have a Hayden Panettiere case too. Okay, because y'all, that's some foul play it looks like that happened with that young lady. And she didn't deserve that. And I liked her. Oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Gave me the vibes of Bobby Christina all over again. Okay, so we might be tapping into some of this, y'all, because I feel like I'm missing, which all of these cases are important. But I'm like, dog, how do I catch up with the Tupac stuff? It's a lot of stuff coming out. I gotta tap into it. Okay. Thank you, Ann. Let's see. Yes. Okay. I agree. That's right. Justice for Hayden. Yes. Carla is on a world tour, not the world tour, trying to make Romika and her family look bad. They still jealous of her even in death. That's what's so sad about it, Barbara. I just never understood that. I also shared most about Indiana. Oh yeah, I shared that on my community wall, y'all. That's something else too. Make sure y'all get the word out. Gary, Indiana. And one reason, y'all, is there's a content creator that was breaking down this case, y'all. Let me see if I can pull her up right quick. And she's in Gary, Indiana. She's the one that exposed that part about the bilge pump. And she comes on because I was wondering, I say, where's Aja? Because I haven't seen her, because she was standing on there next too. I hadn't seen her in a minute. Y'all, she has been without power. She lives in Gary, Indiana. Okay, that's where Michael Jackson is from. So let me share her video right quick. This is so sad and unfortunate. And how come it's not on mainstream media that people are talking about this? This is so sad. So today I said I'm sharing it. I'm going to continue to talk about it and bring it up every day. This is horrible. Okay, hey, Lele Go Harder is in the building. Yes, I love her too. We're going to have to go on some time slots to get everything out. Like, seriously, a Mama Magazine, we're going to have to do 9 o'clock, Nolan, 12 o'clock, Carmelo, 2 o'clock, Tupac, 6 o'clock, Hayden, because, child, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, and I want to get into all of it. Okay, here we go.
Blackness. I'm so tired of being in the fucking dark. My son's passed out in the back. We've been driving around all day. Didn't really get to charge with the devices, but y'all know the drill. On the way in the door, we got our flashlights. I've got my pew-pew. We're gonna get in this house. Just in case you think I'm joking, Just in case you think this should have jumped. Hold it so I can open the door. There we go. All right, you guys go first. Give me the flashlight. Go. Go. What better thing to do than eat in the fucking dark? This is so annoying. Pitch black. Y'all see that shit? Dark as hell. Watch this. Watch this. So I usually take the lanterns and put them up here because they last, like they make the whole room bright, and that one's going out, so we're gonna have to put another one up. This is the new one, as you can see, very much bright. I was gonna sit right up here. I'm gonna get some new batteries for this one. Much better. So now in here, it looks like a light, and the babies can eat. I am so tired of coming back to empty blackness. I'm so tired of being in the fucking dark.
That's 11 days. So the highest point said Gary, Indiana is still out of power because they shot at the NIPSCO truck. Now they are last on the list to get power? What? Who shot at the truck and who is NIPSCO? What in the world? I ain't heard none of this. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button. It is for free. I just found out that Turning Point USA is involved by listening to Mr. Lego. Who is Mr. Lego? And what's a NIPSCO truck? It is so sad. A lot of these deaths are political. Yeah. That's scary too, y'all. And she has kids. You know, especially she's a single mom with little kiddos. Yes, I have it on video. NIPSCO. Oh, that's the power company. But how they gonna blame? Like, I mean, was there one person that shot at the truck? How you have a whole place that doesn't have lights because somebody shot at y'all's truck? That's on that person. They need to do an investigation to see who that was. So why is everyone having to suffer? That's so sad for that long too. Like people can't have food. Like how are they getting food and keeping their food good? And oh y'all, that's a long time. I know like when we had the storm, that winter storm that time, we went, was it 5 days? I think it started Sunday night, and then our electricity went out Monday. See, my daughter, she has an asthma machine that, you know, when temperatures like that, it could flare it up at that time. She kind of growing out of it now. But we were looking for a hotel. So we found a hotel, but it was further out, y'all, than what I thought. It's a long story. We were without light from that Monday all the way to that Saturday. I was so happy when I went by the house and I said, let me just cut on some child. Oh, I was so happy to be back home. So that was hard that time period. Imagine going longer than that. But I at least had a hotel, you know, to go to where they had lights. No, that's a damn shame. Looks like YT is at it again, experimenting on blacks. Don't believe that this is what they do to poor black people for real. Exactly. Now they need a police escort to restore power. The estimated date is the 25th. So wait a minute. That's going to be a whole nother so that would be like 15 days total. That's 4 more days. Oh, no. Oh, is it? But that still does not make sense to have families go without water and things and electricity. I mean, you got to have batteries. You got to make sure you keep. Oh, y'all, that's so sad when you have kids and then it's hot. Yes, inspiration. Oh, got you. Okay, I didn't know that, Barbara. Yeah, it needed to be a state of emergency. That's why I put the word. I'm like, look, what is happening? Went out for 2 weeks in the winter. Yeah, that was horrible. It has been declared a disaster area. Those people need help. Hey, Detective London is in the building. Hey, sis, happy Friday. Everyone is robbing one another. Everyone needs to come together. It's not a movie. It's real life. Oh, girl. Mm. I would say that I believe the judge is going to give him a new trial because his lawyers are coming in there with evidence, okay, facts, laying it down. The prosecutors, y'all, they still not prepared, okay? They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. And by Mike Howard being on the stand too, kind of telling it from him being in it with that whole gentleman's deal and all of that, I think they know they messed up with that. And so I think they may give him a new trial. I am praying that um, God gives him favor. Okay. I pray that God gives Carmelo favor, that he would touch the heart of that judge, that God's will be done, that God will give Carmelo, his family, whatever God's will is. Let's just say this, whatever God's will is, that God prepares their heart for whatever that is. Of course, we're believing for the best outcome for his life. We know that God is the God of a breakthrough, a God of a second chance, multiple chances. And so we even thank God for the victory that was shown 2 days ago, and that same God will give him victory on today with part 2 of this, that he will get a fair trial and that things will work out for his good in Jesus' name. Hanada said, yes, when electricity goes out because of a storm, you have no choice but to go to a hotel, and sometimes it's booked. Yeah, it was booked up. We had to go further out. You're right. It's not a guarantee. We was out more than 30 days with Hurricane Katrina. Oh, and Hurricane Katrina, Lord, it was so much going on with that. That was so sad and unfortunate. Oh my gosh, so many people lost lives, had to relocate. Y'all, that was, oh my gosh. I know when these storms and things come like this, I know people probably have PTSD from that Hurricane Katrina. Because I'm going to be honest, y'all, I pretty much have PTSD from that winter storm. Okay? We literally, from where we lived at that time, because I thought the hotel that we were going to was closer than what I thought. Well, y'all, we were traveling over ice bridges with ice lakes in unfamiliar territory. When we got to the hotel, one of their pipes had burst. So imagine we walking through the lobby through water. They had no elevators. I had my babies were younger, so I'm helping one walk. My husband, he's trying to get all the luggage up to the stairs, and oh my gosh. So then you run out of food. We had some food with us, but then they didn't have, because it wasn't no fancy hotel, they didn't have but little snacks or whatever. So we said we're gonna go out, and because Mama Bear, hey, I'm like, babe, look, we gotta go out. I gotta find my kids some food. They have no fast food open. So we put on GPS and we make it to this store that was open. I was like, thank you, Jesus. And I didn't even realize where we were. But when I'm going to Houston on 45, I actually passed that same store, not knowing that winter storm during that time was behind there. It was like kind of, up in the woods, kind of back there. Y'all, the GPS goes off when we're heading back to the hotel. I say, Lord, we need you. We need you to give us the directions, like literally to get back to that hotel, because we had no GPS service. So we driving on snow, ice, finally get back to the hotel. So we wanted to get a hotel. Now rooms were starting to become available closer to our house because our electricity, we need to see if our electricity was still on. We coming back. Y'all, the ice in some areas, because it had not been traveled a lot, under the car was hitting. I thought the muffler or something was going to pop off at any minute, y'all. And thank the Lord, when we got closer, some more of the ice had melted the closer we got back to where we live. I was so happy because we had to stay one more night at a hotel closer to home. And then that Saturday, we noticed that the lights came back on, y'all. So now when we have these snow storms, warnings and stuff, I get so nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I don't want a repeat of that. That was horrible. And to do that, my kids don't realize the danger that they were in because they were younger. They just know mommy and daddy here, they're going to take care of it, child. They didn't know we were scared. I hope they file a civil lawsuit against them. That's ridiculous, right? Oh, you're 4 hours from there? Oh, wow. I'm housing 10 family members right now praying for their power to be restored. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm praying too that power gets restored in the name of Jesus, that God will protect those people and provide what it is that they need as well, y'all. This is so unfortunate. I used to love Ocean Springs when I lived in Mobile, Alabama, and would go to Biloxi almost every weekend. We would stay at the Holiday Inn Suites in Ocean Springs. Wow. Ian said, I think I'm so glad I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Uh-huh. Y'all have snow there? Oh, wow. Give me 1 second, y'all. Thank y'all for just hanging out. We just talking now. I mean, look, we got caught up in this little conversation. This is it's not, I mean, it's important. I ain't want to belittle it like that. Okay. My son father found his sister and father on a magazine cover where they were being rescued during Katrina. Oh, really, Angel? Yeah, they had to get those people out of there. Oh my gosh, it was so sad, y'all. And it was some people that did make it out, once they heard. And everybody can't travel. That's the thing. Like some people are like, they should have just gotten out of there and left when they told them, it's gonna be bad. But some people don't have money to just up and say, let me go find a hotel or let me go to a different city and stay there until it passes. So those people that tried to ride it out, some of them just unfortunately lost their homes, lost their lives. Then that whole Georgia, is the Georgia Dome, things were happening there. Oh my gosh, y'all. I know some of those people have PTSD from that time. And so now here's a whole situation that it's the summer on top of that. And you have, and consider hospitals. I hope the hospitals are still with some power if they have some in Gary. Okay. Do they have the backup generators going? Because what about these patients that are on oxygen and things like that? Like, what are they doing for those people? That's something to think about. There are other parts of Indiana like Munster without power as well. Mine came from Munster and Miller Beach. Okay. And you know what? See, Texas wants to be its own country. Texas could have avoided that, but they're not a part of the grid like everyone else. They have their own power grid that it failed during that winter storm. So they should have learned from even then to get stuff together that could have been prevented. I just really hated that too. Some stuff you just look back and you like, man, that could have been prevented. That did not have to happen. Okay. This here sounds just like Hurricane Katrina. Y'all seen how they treated poor blacks? Yeah, they did. It was horrible. FEMA only kicks in months after a disaster. They're a joke. FEMA is a joke. Okay. They gotta apply for it. Child, look, it's an emergency. Okay, you need to be passing out checks. How about y'all get some gift cards or something and people don't have to, let me go in here and fill out the application. Let me see if I get approved. No, if you're in a disaster zone, child, go give the people a doggone gift card. Go give them some cash or something so they could immediately get stuff. They ain't got time to be waiting on y'all. Like, it's a disaster. I don't even have power to pull up a doggone application. Okay? Like, just go hand out some water. Go give bags of food. Like, what are they supposed to be doing? Some people don't have gas. They don't have cars to go out, try to come to a location to find y'all. Like, go give the people some help. That's their joke. Seriously. I have to be more grateful for our California weather, gas, electricity, water, and life. Yeah, because you never know who's going through, y'all. And I know, like, even during that whole, excuse me, that whole disaster with Texas, And then they were like, people can try to submit for help. And I think I filled out an application or something. Baby, never saw nothing. So they're a joke. They are a joke. Thank God for content creators. There were some content creators that I forgot this one lady's name. She has hair care products. Miss Hill. What's her first name? Her last name is Hill. But she was doing a live one day and she said, is there women in Texas that need help? And so I was telling her, me and my family, we're actually at a hotel. I'm watching you live from a hotel because we are without power. So she sent a Cash App to me just randomly. I'm just in her audience, you know. And then also Ashley Grayson, who is now in prison for Lord have mercy, for the attempted what is it? She paid someone, she put out a hit on a couple of people. Well, at that time she wasn't in jail. But she was doing a live too. And she was asking the same question. They wanted to be a blessing to some people in Texas. And she sent a nice size cash out. I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Despite what else is going on in her life or whatever, I'll never forget that. Shout out to those content creators that really looked out for people in Texas during that time. When we have earthquakes, FEMA comes in and works pretty fast. Oh, really? That's good to know. The current administration has dismantled FEMA and a lot of the weather services, so now they just don't report severe weather. Oh, wow, Rain. That's horrible. That's horrible. And that's probably why they're a joke, because they weren't doing anything anyways, to be honest. And it's so sad because, see, with this type of situation, you think about it, people aren't able to get to work. Okay, so now you have a whole situation. Hey, Pretty Rasta. Now you have a whole situation. People aren't able to get to work, make their money. Okay, then you're gonna need new groceries because all your groceries are spoiled. People have kids that need to go to school. This is a whole emergency right here, and then we're not hearing about it. That's crazy. It's so sad. FEMA is active in Indiana, plus for renters with insurance that file a claim are getting payouts within 2 weeks. Shoot, but some of them need that money now. Hopefully they'll go through with it. That's so sad. Hey, Nurse M. You said Orange took the money from FEMA. He's stealing everything. This administration is corrupt. He doesn't care about anything or anybody. That's probably why we haven't heard about it on the news. They don't want to put no attention on it. Have they given good water to what's the name of the place without the water? The good water. Oh my gosh, what's that city? What's the city, y'all, that doesn't have the clean water, that's been waiting on clean water? Have they given those people clean water yet? Hey, Candy Girl Pink, welcome. I mean, have they given them, how is it taking this long for those people to get clean water? I'm not understanding it. Flint, yeah, thank you so much, Robin. How come Flint doesn't have clean water yet? That should not take that long. Like, what? Karen Michelle said, where's all this happening? I stay on these cases so much. I only know about Nolan and Carmelo. She said she's been in the Nolan and Carmelo world. She didn't even know any of this. They still have dirty water in Flint. Y'all gotta be kidding. This is so sad. Plus, the community has rallied together. They have been giving stuff out for days. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember a story. When I taught 5th grade, this was a book that we all read called Bud Not Buddy. And y'all, I did not realize Flint was a real place. That place was in that book, Flint, Michigan. I never knew it was real. You don't think they ever get clean water? That's so unfortunate. Who knows? Ask Clarence. Who is Clarence? Orange may be going to jail once his time is up. It should be factual, but hopefully. Right. Black sister, that's why we're not hearing anything about what's going on around the world or in our own backyards. You right. You're right. It's Flint. Flint. Oh my God, you from Detroit? Oh, okay, Laquanda. That's so sad. How those people don't have, how long has it been? That's been some years. Clarence Cup who's never heard of. Girl, who is that? Well, whoever Clarence is, you need to get them people some clean water, or you need to have a lifetime supply of the bottled water. Okay, they will when we get a new president. That's a shame. But we can't even, because what didn't they have? They didn't have clean water. Hold on, let me look this up. How long? I'm doing like Medea, all this typing. Now wait a minute. Wait. Flint, Michigan has faced a water crisis since April 2014, marking over 9 years without access to clean water. So we can't even blame all of that on Trump, because what did Biden them do? And Kamala, what they do? So we didn't have all these administrations and nobody could get Flint, Michigan some clean water. See, if Obama, now if we went back to him, by now they would have had some fresh water. Okay, this is ridiculous. It should not be a person that live in Flint. We need to get them people out of there. That is horrible. Remy Ma's husband, is he over? Oh Lord, y'all done got me in a rabbit hole. What in the world? Yes, they only drink bottled water. I would too. Girl, I would not want to live there. You know, Alabama is a town, and the Orange Man denied a grant to stop the sewage from flowing in their neighborhood because of DEI. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been almost a decade. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I did not know that that was going on that long. See how we learning something? Because I didn't know that today, until today. This is crazy work, y'all. That is so unfortunate. The people know who Clapoose is. she been on the internet. Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about now. I thought somebody said Clarence. I know who you're talking about. Obama was just becoming president and it was dirty. Obama wasn't the president, but 9 years ago, was he? That would have been after. Because the Orange Man, he's been, let's see, it's been what, 5 years for him. And then Biden, his 4 years, that's 9 years right there. So maybe Obama was coming out. Wow, I didn't know it was that long. Right, that's a long time. Oh, it was a bunch. Bureaucracies. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he ever going to jail, child. Clarissa Shields. Okay, I know now. Because I said, who is Clarence? Hey, Janisa, girl, I know who y'all talking about now. It took me a minute to figure that out. Okay, what's the issue? How did it turn dirty? I don't know. That's what I want to know. Empress Key said that's ridiculous. They have fresh water for Chat GPT, but can't get. Okay, that is crazy. The Forgotten Town, child. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it goes back. They misused the funds Obama sent. Really? Macomb, Michigan. This is crazy. Y'all, that's something new to me. I never knew it had been that long. Wow. Well, y'all, let me see before I get out. Let's see if we got any updates. Carmela, we're going to do another live once we get some more info. Let's see here. I ain't been been getting nobody coming in my live saying nothing. Let's see. Let me look on Facebook, see if anybody's saying anything about it. It's kind of quiet today. What's going on? They must really be into it. Okay. Because yesterday we saw all kind of updates. Yeah, I don't think they know yet, y'all. So we'll come back. Let's see. Somebody just updated. Carmelo Anthony entered the courtroom. So this was 2 hours ago. Carmelo Anthony entered the courtroom wearing a cream-colored suit and tie. His hands were once again cuffed. He looked back at his parents and was able to exchange a few words with his parents. Judge Michael Chitty is also now in the court and ordered Anthony uncuffed. Former defense attorney Toby Shook called to testify. Oh, Toby Shook getting on the stand. Defense attorney Russell Wilson's first witness of the day was Toby Shook, another one of Carmelo Anthony's former defense attorneys. Uh-oh. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder what he gonna say. It's looking good. Okay, that's good, LaQuanda. Right, that's why I was curious about 420. I'm surprised he's not over there. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, y'all. Well, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in on this morning. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It is for free. Yeah, Willie D is there. We're going to tap into that on the Carmelo Live. He did an interview, a short interview with Carmelo's parents. And y'all, his mom, y'all, keep her lifted. In that interview yesterday, I don't know if it was just the shock of it all, but she looks, I don't know, just so different as far as, I don't know, like I can't even put words into words what I felt was off. Like she's nervous and just doesn't, I don't know, speechless. It was something there. So we want to tap into that video during our Carmelo. Yes, we talked about some of that yesterday on Mama Magazine. Some of the updates following NBC News. Now, I haven't gotten any transcripts yet. Which transcripts are you talking about, sis? Yeah, Willie D's there. The water has been fixed. Okay. All right, y'all. So we'll be back. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. It is for free. Shout out to the mods that were in the building on today. Also, special thanks to the sponsors, Miss Fuff, Danita, Linda, Drea. Shout out to Ms. V for being a member for 2 months. Des D, Irma, Sharon, the Kelly RC. I missed hers. Okay. Ray from PA. LaQuinta, Dr. Braves, T Lady Boogie, Steven, and LaQuinta, again, thank y'all so much. Also, shout out to the members that are lit up in green. There were some members that were gifted from Smiley. I think it was on yesterday. So if you're green now, it could have been because Smiley gifted some memberships yesterday or the day before, one of those days. So 5 new people received memberships. Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't go over those. I'm waiting for them to put the full thing in there. I was like, I don't know if I want to even go through that part yet. Hopefully we can get a new trial child, new transcripts, new everything. They should have just dropped the charges yesterday after reading that about Austin and Hunter. I think the family is definitely traumatized from this whole thing. They thought they could trust the first legal team. That part. Woo. Make sure y'all hype up the video, subscribe, and hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a wonderful day. Until next time. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.